we can get started here, I guess. Um,
Huh?
before we get started here, um, answer all the questions as truthfully as possible. Like answer them, like tell me the truth of everything if you can. If you don't want to tell me the truth, just let me know. Or if you need to tell me something that you don't want anyone else to know, just I'll mute the mics on all the streams and pause the recorders. You can tell me.
Okay. Um, but your mic can get like glitchy, like it can cut out. So if I say huh, that means like it cut out and I
Oh, oh,
just couldn't hear it.
oh, all right,
Yeah, your mic just cut out right now.
all right. Well, I'm gonna try to get started here. Try it, as I
Okay.
say. All right. All right. Seeing. Hold on. All right. Fuck. All right. Introduce yourself. Tell them your name. Let people know who you are.
Okay. Hello. I am Nova Rain 3513. Um, I don't really introduce myself a lot, so I don't really know much to say, but I can be funny, depends on how you look at my jokes. But yeah,
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Kanan. I'm your host today. And for those just Trump cities, what do you want to talk about first? Health, gun safety, or space?
we should talk about gun safety because that's what I know most about.
All right. Obviously, you
Since
told
I
me,
shoot
but
guns
they don't know
myself.
this yet. But you want a gun, right? Correct.
Yes, we own multiple guns, and I know all four rules of gun safety. So
All right. Yeah. Hold on. How do you? What do you feel like? Where do you live? Where do you live? First off, right? Get into any more stuff about what about this?
do I have to answer that?
No, you don't have to. I mean, I'll tell you where I live no matter what. I'm from Georgia.
Uh, yeah, then we're pretty far. But
About you don't have to
yeah,
tell me where you live, but does your state have concealed carry or or open carry?
my I live in the west.
Right? So does your county have concealed carry or open carry?
Um, does it allow? Um, I'm not quite sure about that question.
All right. Mm, um, I lost my train of thought. Just a second. Um. All right. Um. Bro, I've just lost. Okay. What type of guns do you have? What kind of guns do you have?
Um, we have a 22 rifle, barrel and kick. We have Glocks, some revolvers. Um, we have we have a Scorpion, a I'm pretty sure AR-15, and that's all I can name right now. The rest of the guns I either don't know the name of or I just can't pull out of my memory.
That's fine. I don't personally own any guns. Well, not yet. At least it's not that I don't want one. My parents, I can't have one at my age currently. You know.
Uh, yeah,
But, go ahead.
they are pretty dangerous, and there's some rules that you have to follow.
You know, gun violence, all that stuff. You know what that is. You know what gun violence is, right?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on gun violence? Do you think like people how you could like help it? How do you think they could help gun violence go down?
Well, for one, um, so how you can help gun violence?
Yeah.
Uh, Probably like, well, where are we talking? Like schools and stuff, or
There's like any gun violence, you know, like killing, someone dying, stuff like that. Anything in general.
um, I personally think that we can help it by um having correct ID for getting guns because you always need a correct ID. Um, and that's like really all I can think of. Really anything. This kind of feels like I'm like doing a presentation a little bit, but I'm talking instead of like writing down presentation shit.
Fine. All right. Yeah. I honestly, I don't really know much to say about gun violence because I, I mean, the amount of guns that are being given out, that have been like people sell, like they're not as expensive as you would think, as they would think they would be. Some
Yeah,
guns that you would think
some
are really expensive, and they aren't.
yeah, some only cost a few hundred, and like any teenager, if they have fake ID and disguise themselves, well, anyone can get those type of guns, and it's honestly kind of scary sometimes because you don't know who um has a gun and who has bad intentions.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah. See here. Do you think people like kids like in their home should have like a gun like locked in a safe?
Um, I honestly think kids should be able to have guns, but only with their like the correct parent like letting them have the gun because it's like don't let them have it in a safe in their room that they know how to open or whatever, or a safe in general in their room. Keep it. I would think like to avoid like gun violence and stuff, and like kids hurting themselves and other stuff. Um, Keep them in uh the keep it in either the parents' room in a safe that they don't know the code to, or a bigger safe in the garage or their room.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about before we move on here from the guns? 'Cause I don't, because there's not much I can really talk about guns on the gun part.
Uh, um,
I'm everything.
Hold on.
I got everything.
Give Yeah. Hold on. Give me a sec.
I don't know when you're ready.
Uh, well, I don't think I have anything else to say.
All right. I guess we can move on now. What do you want to do? Space or health and safety?
Space? What?
Space or health and safety?
Um, whatever you want to do.
I'm asking you.
Huh?
I mean, I was asking you.
I know. But, like, whatever you want to do.
I don't mind. I don't really care.
Um, are you saying personal space? Because your mic
I just
can.
like space, outer space.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if your mic was cutting out. Sure, we can talk about outer space.
All right. I will start off by yeah, this. We'll go off of this. I got told when I feel like one of the people I was on the podcast with told me, "Did you hear about the new black hole they had that opened up? That they found that scientists found?
The what?
There's a new black hole.
Um, no.
Yeah, it destroyed it just sucked in a dwarf planet or one of the dwarf planets.
Oh,
I don't know how far away or whatever. I don't really know much any other information.
yeah.
Um, yeah. Another question. What do you consider Pluto? You consider Pluto a planet or
Um, no, not really. I consider it more of a dwarf planet because that's what it is. Uh, there, it's not part of the solar system of like planets. It's just a dwarf.
okay?
So, yeah, I consider it a dwarf planet.
I respect that. I respect it. Um, mm, can't really think about. There's a lot. There's a lot I haven't think of 'cause it's getting late at night, and I have like two more people to go for after you. Like that, I'm trying to remember my script because I just got back from a what's the what's it call it store.
Yeah.
But yeah, you what's your opinion like? How long do you think the Earth has left?
Um, honestly, so are we talking like for like society to destroy
Like the
like the
sun like
Earth or
exploding, like
each
a solar
other,
explosion,
or
like a solar explosion
okay?
from the sun, heat rays.
I think we have about like 5 to like 7 billion years left because the sun is actually around like halfway through its lifetime because um it's how it is now, and then it turns slowly into a red giant, and then eventually um, it like collapses kind of and turns into uh, like tiny white sun, like a dwarf sun, but it's white.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it? You think the sun's getting hotter? Do you think?
um, it depends if like chemical reactions and stuff. I think the sun might be getting hotter, but I'm not quite fully sure. But yeah, I think so.
All right. Um. you know out and there's in Antarctica, there's a area that has like a little hole in like the shield of our radiation, and there's like a lot of radiation in a certain part of Antarctica.
I did not know that.
Antarctica has a hole up in space like that. You know how we have a shield that's protecting us from the radiation?
Yeah.
There's like small holes in places up there, and then there's a big enough hole that in Antarctica, there's enough where the sun radiation can get in for that. It's leaking into Antarctica.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's actually um a piece of the atmosphere that does that, and um as there's more pollution and more like CO2 and greenhouse gases going into the air, it gets hotter and rises, and it's kind of pushing that outward and kind of destroying that thing. So who knows? Maybe more holes might show up because of the pollution.
All right. Um, you got anything else you want to say about space? Anything?
No.
All right. Let me see. Make sure I got everything. Uh, oh yeah. Do you think there's any other like life form out there in space, like maybe like different humans or like have you heard the Earth 2.0?
Um, I think I've heard like people talk about like another planet of like Earth 2.0. I've also heard from my religious um grandma and all that um Earth 2.0, like Jehovah, they're Jehovah Witnesses, like Jehovah is going to make another Earth, but yeah, I've heard of it.
Right. Do you think there's any other life form out there, like aliens, maybe even other more humans or something like that?
I don't if there is another Earth, I don't exact I'm not I don't think that there's other humans out there. I think there's like more of a variation. I don't think there's like exact humans out there if there is another Earth, kind of like that, but I think there's something close to humans since um, if it was another Earth, then it would have the same materials, chemicals, all that make up Earth and life, and it's possible that those two had mixed. Well, not two, but those chemicals and stuff has and DNA mixed and created a human type creature like us, but not exactly like us.
Okay.
But yes, I think there might be like other humanoids out there.
And so, by the way, I won't judge anything you say. I respect your opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna move on because I can't remember anything else. But um, all All right, we're gonna move on to health. All right, you have anything else before we move on to health? Do you have anything else you want to say about that topic?
Um, no.
All right. Healthcare. You went to the doctor. When's the last time you went to the doctor? Or in general, maybe.
What?
Last time you went to the doctor, you know?
Um, we don't really go to the doctor that much. Um, but I think it was maybe like a year ago.
All right.
I do go to
I mean,
I do go
any of the other
to
times, like any time you've gone to the doctor, have they been treat you like poorly? Have they treat you good?
um it was mostly checkup, but I'm pretty sure they were good treated. They did treat me good, but there was this one time where my mom worked at this like hospital type place. I was sick, so we went to go get a urine sample, and my mom said not for me to get swabbed, and we were in the back, and they just taken my urine sample. My mom went to go to the bathroom, and next thing, she knows it. She walks out, and she sees me strapped to getting held down onto a bed thing and getting swabbed. And she was pretty mad. Um,
Sorry for you.
but that's like the only time I can really remember a doctor's place treating me poorly.
Sorry for that. Health more on healthcare though. I think all right. Okay. You got. When's the last time you broke a bone? Like, got in the hospital to get checked out? Oh,
Never, I've never broken a bone.
people are lucky, but I split open my head twice, broke my thumb once, sprained my hand twice, sprained a couple, like two of my toes. I've dislocated my collarbone, broke my collarbone.
I've
Some
never
people are lucky.
broke.
People say that means that you have a bad injury coming in the future.
I've never broken a bone, but I've been close to breaking my wrist, like fracturing it. So I was BMX racing, and we were like practicing. We were going up this area and then back down. So I went up, and with not enough speed, I took a sharp turn around the cone up there, where we like start and go down. And I flipped and I landed on my wrist where it like almost bent it back fully. Um, like where you can't really bend it without it hurting.
Yeah.
And I almost fractured my wrist there. That's like the only really time I've come close to breaking a bone.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah. Have you had any bad experiences? You haven't gone to the hospital before, have you?
Not recently, but
Yeah. But have you had any bad experience, like, except for the parent mom's your mom? Have you ever had any other bad experiences?
not that I can remember. But
I mean,
I
myself,
probably
I've had some bad experiences. Like, I mean, like my parents been treated bad, not really just me. My parents been cussed and yelled at over customer because they didn't know where something was. So we could have asked them, and they wouldn't front us. So they finally got we asked them like, where the heck is that? And then they got mad at us and started screaming, telling us they're gonna call security if we don't calm down.
um yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, that happen, things back and forth. Uh, trying to think. Well, I guess we'll just move on to drugs. You ever had drugs like marijuana stuff like that, right?
What?
Drugs.
What did you say? There's
I got
ruckus
my
in your
phone.
mic.
Um, you've had drugs. Have you ever? You know what drugs are, right? Or pretty
Yeah.
sure you do. I know you do. Like, all right. You don't have to tell me this if you don't want to. Have you ever accidentally took drugs or maybe took drugs before?
What?
Have you ever took drugs before? You don't have to tell me
No.
this. All right.
I'm clean and I'll always be clean.
Um, not even accidentally.
Nope.
I mean, I like to say the same, but I actually had drugs before. But I'm not gonna get into it because it's gonna take like 5 minutes to deal with it. 5-10 minutes just to get it over with. But mm, 6 minutes. Okay. Um, yeah, there's like a lot of drugs, stuff like that are like dangerous, including hallucinogens, marijuana. There's a lot of drugs, like including the ones that people make in the basements, are just really bad in general.
Yeah, all drugs are pretty bad.
Like, you've seen people vape and drink and smoke before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's bad
actually,
enough.
I actually in my school, bathroom, I was in one of our halls and um, I went to go to the bathroom in passing period, and I watched a kid vape in front of my eyes. I reported it, but a kid was vaping. I'm pretty sure he got suspended because of me, but I'm not really too worried about it because he's one of those kids who thinks he is like um he's the boss of everything. So like I'm not too afraid because he's like one of those tiny chubby kids that think they're the boss of everyone, and he's like an outdoors kid, but if he ever comes at me, I bet I could beat him. But yeah.
All right. You've ever smoked, vaped, or drank liquor in your life? Have you?
Nope. Um I my parents wouldn't even allow me to drink beer, or liquor or any of that until I'm old enough, and I wouldn't even want to. I've always been taught that that's not good ever since like I was born. um, so yeah, I'm clean on everything.
All right. Trying to think, remember here. All right. And you never, yeah, you have parents that do that, drink stuff like that.
Um, my parents drink liquor, beer and wine. They drink like beer sometimes, but not all the time anymore. Um, but they don't do drugs. Um, I know for sure they don't. Or else I'd be mad at them. But I know someone in my family who does do drugs a lot. Well, who does?
Do you care to share with us?
Uh, yeah, actually, um, yeah, I can. Um, she's my aunt, and she was trying to get clean off of drugs, but um, she dated this guy, and they got in a car accident and all that, and he had drugs. She's been back on drugs, and it causes her seizures. Um, so we kicked her out, sadly. I kind of miss her, even though she did have bad habits. Um, but she was on them for a while,
Excuse me,
went
sorry.
clean, and then back on them.
All right. Thanks for sharing. You've healthcare like you've heard about? Did you ever hear about the CEO of healthcare got killed?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
They found the
I
killer for him.
actually, yeah, I saw that on the news. Apparently, the killer did that because they didn't treat like his, I think, relative or whatever, um, like with the correct medicine or something. I'm probably wrong, but that's what I'm pretty sure I heard.
All right. Do you want to say anything else here? You got anything else to say about healthcare? How things are going?
Mm, not really. My mom probably has a lot of stuff to say about healthcare. She works with hearts. She's actually trying to become a uh like cardio nurse, whatever.
I hope she becomes that.
What?
I'm praying. I'm hoping for her.
Yeah.
Um, that might pretty much wrap it up here. Um,
Yep.
again, thank you for taking your time and coming out here and spending like about an hour here with me. You have nothing else to put in here, right? Say anything else?
No, I don't got anything else to say.
Right. You want to like give anyone a motivation speech or tell someone like some motivational word or something?
Oh, what? You were
Want to
cutting
say any
out.
motivation words for anyone out there watching currently?
Uh, I don't really have any motivation words.
All right, it's fine. Again, thank you for coming out. Take your time, and you have a blessed day and have a good day, nice rest of your night or day, whatever time it is for you.
You too.
All right, free to leave.
Okay.
Move on to the next one here, guys.
You said, wait, never mind, Camel's here, never mind, Camel's here.
What? What were you gonna say? No,
It's
continue
an
saying it.
No,
the plane, the
No,
server.
no,
There's
no,
an
no. Continue saying it.
earthquake.
No,
There's
no, no,
no
no. Continue
way.
saying it.
Nothing.
No way. Cam,
No,
No, no,
I
because
can.
I heard from the source y'all talking about my back, so I
No,
figured you figured it out.
the
Nah, say it.
building. Oogie Boogie's building.
Nah, 'cause
no.
Boogie,
I heard some mean words saying behind my back. I want you to say it. Say it in front of me.
No. I did not do
Or
that.
I'm here.
I think when I No. triggered alert, it randomly spawned on someone. No.
on someone. No one was even here.
No, no, no. Tell me what you
Boogie,
gonna
I'm
say.
so sorry.
But either way, I can't. Either way, I can't say what I was
We're
gonna say
rebuilding
earlier.
this.
So,
We have. Chuck, you're gonna pay for this. Why am I laughing? I shouldn't
okay,
be laughing.
Camo,
Chuck, you're paying for this. You know that, right?
Camo,
What?
Who said that? You're
Camo.
paying.
What?
Buddy, you have insurance up. You have to pay for damages. What damages? These
Does
damages.
anyone want to be on a podcast?
Boogie. Completely fine. What do you mean? I did not. I wanted it to spawn on Socko's house.
Bet I can
spawned
spawn
it
it on
on
Socko's
Socko's
house.
house. I thought it would do that. Let's repair this.
I can't.
Hey, I said I was gonna
Hey!
spice things up.
No.
I did accidentally spawn an earthquake on top of an apartment building. Hey,
Totally
that's fine.
accidentally.
How do you act on
Totally
top?
accidentally.
At least it wasn't the road I'm building. At least it isn't the
It
damn
was so...
place. Just then.
That's
No
too
one cares.
bad.
Anyway. No one cares. No.